Hello, this is Randy Marr again, and today I'm here to tell you about why you should go and support your local zoo and what zoos do for conservation and education. Do you have a memory of one of your first visits to a zoo, or maybe an animal that really made a big impact on you? For me, it was my first time seeing the African elephant in person. I had only seen it depicted in movies like Disney's Dumbo, and to finally behold it in person really made a huge impact on me and spurred a lot of curiosity in all types of species, and especially when I learned how many are endangered or extinct, it made me want to find out how I could help. So for this project, I looked over several peer-reviewed scientific journals and studies to bring information to you on why you should care about your zoo. I'd like to first tell you about how they've changed over time, what they're doing for conservation and education, and what it means to support your local zoo. So I read through the evolution of zoos as conservation institutions and learned that captive animals date back some 10,000 years since people and animals have first interacted. It originally started for domestication, like farming or animals used as tools, and then as travel expanded, the collection of animals in menageries started to appear, where people used animals for entertainment or status symbols. During the 17th century is when you first hear about the zoological garden. And this is when attitudes towards animals shifted and we started to use the observation of them for education. Now we have our more modern zoo appearing around the 20th century, when we really see us trying to emulate their natural habitats. Around 1924, nonprofit groups like the AZA, or the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, appeared, and these are groups that ensure zoos are treating animals correctly and really promoting conservation and education, and they have the ability to accredit these places. So now that we know how they've changed, let me tell you what zoos are doing. I learned from an article, a discussion on ethical status of zoos. Do we really need them? That yes, we really do need zoos. Firstly, they help conservation by spearheading projects in local governments and communities to work with the animals in their areas, and they help them with fundraising and educational programs. They also use captive breeding programs to really bolster animal populations. For example, the giant panda has had a population surge from 300 to 1,800 in a span of 35 years because of these programs. And zoos are also an excellent place for young and adults alike to learn a variety of information. You can learn fields of study like biology, veterinary medicine, and even psychology because of these safe places to study. So now that you know what zoos are doing, let me tell you what you can do for zoos. Firstly, just by showing up and your price of admission, you're helping out. According to a study identifying factors influencing attitudes towards species conservation, I found out that zoos attract around 700 million people a year, and with the money they're spending, they send about $350 million towards conservation. And like I mentioned, zoos are a great place for knowledge about biodiversity and learning about environmental factors. When you're at the zoo and you read those little placards, you're really gaining a lot of information, and that helps how you treat wildlife and natural spaces. So I've been visiting zoos throughout my life all over the world, and it's really bolstered my love for creatures and their habitats, and it's changed how I behave. I really want to minimize my footprint. I try to shop more sustainably, and I behave more respectfully when I am exploring in these outdoor spaces. So there are a million reasons to go to your local zoo. As you can see, zoos have really changed over time and are a great place for conservation and education. They're helping wildlife out by fundraising and having breeding programs. And just by going to the zoo, you are helping conservation and educating yourself. So I really implore you to go support your local zoo. Tampa has a great one. I absolutely love our aquarium. So please incorporate zoos more into your lifestyle and share their positive influence with those around you. Thank you so much for listening.